Over the past year, AI has completely changed the way people build apps and websites. Tools like Claude have made vibe coding incredibly popular, and many people are starting to wonder if no-code platforms are becoming obsolete. But is that actually true? In today's video, I'm putting FlutterFlow and Claude head-to-head to find out which one is the better choice for building apps and websites in 2026. We will compare ease of use, pricing, UI, development speed, and publishing. And of course, declare an overall winner by the end of the video. So, before we jump into the comparisons, let's take a quick look at what FlutterFlow and Claude actually are. Let's start with FlutterFlow. FlutterFlow is one of the leading no-code app builders on the market. It allows you to build mobile apps, web apps, and even desktop applications using a visual drag-and-drop interface, while generating Flutter code behind the scenes. More recently, FlutterFlow introduced FlutterFlow Designer, an AI-powered feature that can generate entire app screens and even complete applications from a single prompt. This significantly speeds up the design process and makes building prototypes faster than ever. Now, how does that compare to Claude? Unlike FlutterFlow, Claude isn't an app builder. It's a large language model that specializes in understanding, writing, and improving code. Instead of dragging and dropping components, you simply describe what you want, and Claude generates the code for you. Right from the start, these tools take two very different approaches. FlutterFlow focuses on visual development and ease of use, while Claude focuses on giving you maximum flexibility through AI-generated code. Okay, let's start our comparison with FlutterFlow Designer. For both tools, I'm going to use this prompt and see which AI creates better app from the beginning. I'm going to paste this prompt here and hit enter. Okay, wow. First, I do want to point out that this was a lot faster than I expected. Single prompt and under a minute, and we have an app ready. Let's have a closer look. Okay, so we have all the mandatory pages on the left, and pages overall look very professional. If I had app building agency, I would be happy to show these designs for my customer. Now, let's create a preview how our app would look like. Let's take a copy of this design. Go to FlutterFlow, then paste here, and let's apply the designer theme. And then we can preview this app. Okay, overall it looks nice, but I just realized this is only for the design of the app. You have to add all of the logic yourself. I'm going to add couple navigation actions to some of the buttons so we can get a feel how our app would feel like. Now, let's relaunch this and give our final verdict. Now, we should be able to keep on going if we click here. I'm not going to lie, this actually looks pretty decent. However, though, you need to assign navigation to every single one of these buttons separately, so we are going to have to take some points off. Also, one thing I want to put emphasis on is that FlutterFlow Design have made us app state ready, which is quite impressive. And that's not all. AI also made us fields ready for backend in case we want to create that. Here we have the important collections and also fields for every collection. That's cool. Okay, now it's time to see what Claude can do. I'm using the Sonnet 4.6 AI with maximum effort since it's free. Let's paste our text here and start to wait for results. Here is a perfect example of the problem when creating apps with Claude. You can see that we already ran out of tokens after one single prompt. Also, Claude took a very long time creating the app, but that's not the end of the world. Anyway, let's download the file and give it a look. Firstly, I want to point out that the FlutterFlow app builder is a clear winner with the user interface side. This Habit Flow app looks so AI-made that it's hilarious. Overall, I like that it has all the standard features that you would like to have in Habit Tracker. Let's try if the buttons work. And they work perfectly. This gives bonus points to Claude. Also, that's a cool feature that there is a progress bar for each day. Also, you have your own calendar with the activity filter. By choosing a different filter, you can check which days you completed the task. Let's see what the profile page looks like. Yeah, this is kind of what I expected. You can see all the important parts. Let's see what we have in settings. And apparently settings are coming soon. Now it's time that we start to compare pricing of these two. Let's start with Claude. So Claude was €0, and we got fully functioning app even though the app looked like it was made by AI. With the Pro version, which is €18 a month, you could keep on building with Claude, so that's not a bad pricing. Then let's have a look FlutterFlow's pricing. So the basic tier is free, where you get a lot of features to work on. However, if you look closely, You need to have the basic plan to publish on web, or even if you want to deploy app in the App Store. For $39 a month, the pricing is really expensive compared to Claude, which is free. As a bonus, I do want to point out that while making this video, Claude just published their Claude Design AI. You need to have Claude's Pro version in order to access this. But let's see what happens when we enter the same prompt in here. Okay, now we need to give more information about the app. I'm just going to randomize these. That took a long time, but we are finally ready. Despite taking forever, this app looks stunning. I really like the minimalist look with blue color and white background. Also, the app doesn't scream that it's AI made is a huge bonus. Basic buttons look like they are working. And also, there are some interactive features. We have all the features that Habit Tracker would need. All the buttons seems to be working properly, and we can also change the main theme of the app. I do think that this is our clear winner, but it is not fair comparison because you actually have to pay money in order to use Claude Design. But either way, here you have a fully functioning app with literally one single prompt that you can talk to your phone. This is truly amazing. Now, we are reaching the end of the video, and it's time to measure which builder is better. So, with the ease of use, we have to give points to the Claude. FlutterFlow is relatively simple to learn, but there is a learning curve when you have to add logic to the buttons, or if you want to do stuff in the back end. Next one is pricing. Again, we have to give credits to Claude because the AI is free, although you cannot do a lot with current token limitations. Simple project might take a while because you constantly hit your limits. With the user interface side, we have to give this one to FlutterFlow. Both of the apps looked okay, but Claude had a little bit more AI slop look into it, so that's a clear winner. With development speed, again, FlutterFlow takes the win here. It is truly amazing how fast FlutterFlow's AI did the entire app UI ready. With Claude, it took a lot of time, which can be annoying. Then the publishing. FlutterFlow have made the publishing side simple. Only problem is that you have to pay in order to publish your app. This came to me a surprise, so I will have to give credit to Claude on this one, since it's free and you can always ask help from the AI. So as a third place, we have nothing. As a second place, we have FlutterFlow. And as a first place, we have to give this one to Claude. Although, I think we all know who's the real winner.